Today, we're not just looking at basic biology, we're actually going to look at you. We're going to explore the human body as an incredibly advanced, highly adapted super machine. Seriously, when you really start looking at the sheer data behind how our bodies function day in and day out, it feels way less like biology, and honestly a lot more like science fiction. So let's dive right in and uncover some of the most mind-blowing secrets operating right under your skin.
But real quick, before we get going, I've got a slightly bizarre, maybe even a little creepy question for you. If you're just standing outside on a summer evening, how many mosquitoes would it actually take to completely drain a human being of all their blood? Just think about that for a second. I'm going to reveal the exact, staggering number a bit later in this explainer, and I guarantee it's going to completely reframe how you look at those little pests. All right, Section 1, the ultimate internal engines, exploring the powerhouses that keep you alive. Think about your heart for a second. The sheer scale of what it accomplishes is absolutely staggering. It's this tireless, unstoppable pump that starts beating before you're even born, and it doesn't take a single second off. Every single day, it moves a massive 9,000 liters of blood through your body. To put that kind of power into perspective, your heart generates enough internal pressure that if it were exposed, it could literally shoot a stream of blood up to 30 feet into the air. That is wild. Then there's your brain. Talk about the ultimate physiological paradox. On one hand, it makes up a tiny fraction of your physical form, just 2% of your total body weight. But on the other hand, its demands are astronomical. It consumes a massive 30% of your total oxygen intake. Because it's the central command center controlling literally everything you do, it's an absolute energy hog. It demands a huge portion of your body's resources just to keep the lights on. So the crazy thing here is that the brain is just as delicate as it is powerful. It actually keeps growing and developing all the way until you're 40 years old, and it's remarkably resilient. During certain extreme medical procedures, the brain can literally be split in half with zero ill effects on its base functionality. But its Achilles heel, hydration, it's 73% water. If your body loses just 1% of its water weight, your brain triggers intense thirst. For an average 50-kilogram person, losing a few liters sets off major alarms. And if that water loss hits 10%, yeah, that is fatal. Moving on to Section 2, hidden defenses and superpowers, your body's automatic survival mechanisms. Okay, we've all experienced this one. You've been in the bath or the pool for way too long. You look down at your hands and feet, and they look like little prunes. So why exactly do our fingers and toes wrinkle in the water? Most of us just grew up thinking our skin was acting like a sponge, absorbing water and swelling up. But the truth is actually much more strategic.
Scientists have discovered that this is a brilliant evolutionary mechanism called aquatic wrinkling. Your nervous system actively creates these wrinkles to act basically like the treads on a car tire. When your hands and feet are wet, those wrinkles channel the water away, which significantly improves your grip. Without them, early humans literally wouldn't have been able to effectively grasp wet items or walk safely in wet conditions.
And what about goosebumps? Whether you're watching a scary movie, you hear a super loud noise, or you're traveling at high speeds, that sudden chill is actually a rush of adrenaline. It's a stress hormone triggering your fight or flight response, and it causes your body hair to literally stand on end. Now this brings us to a fascinating hidden defense inside your chest, your lungs. No matter how hard you try to exhale, you can never, ever completely empty your lungs. There's always about 1 liter of oxygen permanently trapped inside them. Scientists call this your residual lung volume. And because of this constantly trapped pocket of air, human lungs are so buoyant that if they were removed from the body, they would actually float on water.
All right, Section 3, your unique physical identity. What makes you biologically distinct?
Well, let's talk about some fascinating physiological differences between men and women. For instance, females generally see a much wider spectrum of colors and shades, while males have a significantly higher chance of being colorblind. Women also blink almost twice as fast. We're talking 18 to 20 times a minute compared to just 11 to 12 times for men, and their hearts beat noticeably faster. But my personal favorite quirk? The foot sweat glands. We all have around 125,000 sweat glands on the bottom of a single foot, but in females, a large portion of those glands remain closed. That means noticeably less foot odor compared to males. There's also a slight difference in unique anatomy, with male tongues averaging 3.3 inches compared to 3.1 inches for females. But zooming in on you as an individual, your anatomy is completely unique. For example, Just like your fingerprint, your tongue print is 100% unique to you. So hey, if Apple ever changes Face ID to Lick ID, your phone would stay perfectly secure. Also, while the rest of your body stops growing, your nose and ears literally never do. That's why our faces change so drastically as we get older. Oh, and let's quickly bust a famous myth. There is no such thing as a taste map. All parts of your tongue are fully capable of tasting all flavors: sweet, sour, salty, and bitter.
Here's a sleep quirk that might surprise you. Researchers did this really fascinating study where they tried to wake sleeping people up using a bunch of different methods. Noise worked. Light worked. Shaking worked. But smell? Nothing. During a deep slumber, your body completely shuts off your sense of smell. It literally does not matter how terrible a stench is or how wonderful a fragrance might be, it absolutely cannot wake a human up from a deep sleep.
Let's rapid fire a few more bizarre biological truths. Did you know a newborn baby only has about a single cup of blood in their entire body? Also, when they cry, they don't actually produce tears because their tear ducts haven't fully developed yet. Here's one for the romantics. Next time you kiss someone for 10 seconds, just know you are transferring roughly 80 million bacteria. But don't panic, these are actually good bacteria that help boost your immune system. And as for your hair, it grows about 0.03 centimeters a day. And every single hair follicle you will ever have in your life was already formed while you were in your mother's womb. Also, just to clear up a very common misconception, cancer itself doesn't cause hair loss. It's actually the intense side effects of chemotherapy treatments that do.
Which brings us to Section 4, Bizarre Lifetime Body Stats, the human body by the extreme numbers.
You know, our bodies are constantly giving us data if we just know how to read it. See those little white spots on your nails sometimes? That's just your body waving a flag saying you've got an iron or calcium deficiency. What about pure strength? Well, your jaw is powered by the masseter muscle, and it's so incredibly strong it can lift up to 90 kilograms. And here is a pretty sobering statistical reality. According to public health studies, left-handed people live on average about 9 months less than right-handed people. Why? Simply because we live in a right-hand dominant world. That tragically leads to a higher rate of fatal accidents for lefties using equipment that just wasn't designed for them.
Now think about the fuel it takes to keep this super machine running over a whole lifetime. By the time an average healthy human reaches 70 years old, they're going to have consumed a staggering 30,000 kilograms of food.
And what do we do with all that energy? We move. Over a lifetime, an average person is going to walk approximately 107,000 kilometers. Just to put that massive distance into a relatable scale, that is the exact equivalent of walking around the entire circumference of the Earth 4 separate times. And finally, circling back to that bizarre hook from the very beginning of our explainer, how many mosquitoes does it take to completely drain a human being of blood? The magic number is 2 million. Yeah, because a single mosquito only drinks about 0.01 milliliters of blood at a time. You would literally need an army of 2 million of them, biting you all at the exact same time, to cause fatal blood loss. So it's pretty safe to say you're going to be just fine on your next camping trip. So what does this all mean? Well, every time you take a breath, every time your heart beats, or every time you grab a wet object with those wrinkly fingers, I want you to remember this quote. You are walking around in the most complex, highly adapted super machine on Earth. The data absolutely proves it, the mechanics prove it. Knowing all this, the real question is, how well are you fueling, resting, and treating your super machine today? Stay curious, keep learning, and I'll catch you in the next explainer.